Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Mile. Welcome to show 3 in my 6-part beauty series here on The Mile. My name is Saj Mack. I'm a pro makeup artist in film, television, editorial, and beauty. And I'm excited to be sharing all of my pro tips along this series with you guys. Tonight, we are getting into bronzer and how to transition your bronzer for the fall season, because it's a little different than how you would wear it in the summer. So of course, we have all of the products in today's live available for you at the bottom of the live, so you can just click through. Don't forget to use promo code SAJ10 to save 10% on your purchases. And at the end of tonight's live, I will be sharing a few of the products that were also included in a nice little giveaway for everyone that we will announce on show 6. So let's get into why you're all here. Bronzer, everyone's favorite makeup product. How do we use this in the fall? Now, as I go through my routine and my tutorial, please do leave any comments in the chats. Tap the screen to send some hearts if you don't want to type, and that just lets me know you're like, okay, yes, I agree. You're loving what I'm sharing and makes me feel good. Gives a little encouragement, right? So I have prepped my skin already. If you watched show 1, we worked on prepping our skin for fall, for makeup application. So I've done all of that. And because it's at night, I didn't do the sunscreen step. So I've got my Chanel Le Base Illuminatrice. This is an illuminating and moisturizing primer. You can see my skin already has this really nice glow, and we're ready to get into bronzing. I will be using, this is a little Chanel heavy, which is great. We love a little luxury moment, okay? It's self-care. So this is the very famous Le Beige Cream Bronzer. The shade that I have is Soleil Tan in medium bronze. And I am going to grab right here my Jenny Patinkin brush set, which I will be using throughout our entire 6-show series. So I've got the cream complexion brush. It's double-ended, and a brush snob, absolutely love these brushes. Now I am going to go into, by the way, this is the travel size of this bronzer. Look at how big it is, which is amazing. So if you're on the fence, you're not sure, definitely look into getting the travel size. I was very specific when I chose that size for tonight's live. The only thing we don't get is the really nice little aesthetic swirls in it, but that's fine. This is going to last you so long, and you probably be able to finish it before it expires on you. So I definitely recommend getting the travel size. So I'm gonna go straight into it. I don't have any foundation on. What we're going to be doing first is a technique called underpainting. So I'm actually going to be applying my bronzer underneath my foundation so that the glow comes through my foundation as opposed to sitting on top, which is more what we would do for a summer bronzy look, because we're getting tans and we're going on vacation, we're traveling. Even if we're doing a faux sun-kissed look, the idea is being sun-kissed. Now, we're not necessarily kissing the sun as much in the fall, depends on your location, of course. I'm from the Caribbean. I do wish I was home, but I am here in Atlanta, so we do have fall. It's still a little bit hot, but it gets super cold. And what happens is I get really pale, and no one wants to look super pale. So it's always nice to have a really healthy, lit from within glow, but again, not super sun-kissed, not super sun heavy, because I won't be in a couple of weeks lying out into the sun because it's going to be too cold. So I am taking my bronzer. Now the key with your bronzer, you don't apply it in your contour shadowy area. You still want to apply it where the sun would naturally hit you. That's how it becomes sun-kissed. And if you use your bronzer in your contour area, then it's going to look really muddy. So I'm actually going right here and along my forehead. I've got a nice little sizable forehead for you guys. And obviously the sun hits all of this. You can even see a little bit, although I'm paler than I should be. You can see like right here is darker than in the middle, and the same for the rest of my face. So again, going into our bronzer, and we are just sweeping this along my cheek where the sun will hit. And the same on the other side. And again, I am not going into my contour area. The thing with bronzer is when you use it correctly, it will shape and sculpt your face naturally, but it's not a product that should be used to sculpt. You want to stick to cooler tones for your specific contouring and shading, but your face can become contoured when you place your bronze in the right way. So it's a little tricky. And I think that is why, things have gotten a little mixed up in the beauty space on bronzer being slash contour when it really isn't. And I've been told by my friends on social, I am very passionate about that. And I am. As a makeup artist who works in various types of media, as I said, film and television, where we got HD, 4K, 8K, 10K is about to come around the corner. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Print, editorial, red carpet, which has to be in person. It's important for makeup to be able to translate through, all of these different medias. So I am very passionate about bronzer placement. And you can see, as I said, I did not put this bronzer anywhere in my contour, but look at the sculpting that's already happening with my structure. That is the magic of a well-placed bronzer application. Now I'm gonna do a little touch more. Remember, we are blend this out into the hairline. Remember, we are doing this underneath. So I want to do just a little bit more. Now, what I won't do it across the bridge of the nose. That is something that I do a little bit in the summer, but I don't do it in the fall. I think it just looks a little out of place and very summery. So that's, of course, if you love it, because makeup is personal. As long as you don't use your bronze as contour, I'm fine. You can do it across the nose. Before I do my foundation, I'm gonna take my Clé de Peau eye corrector. This is shade Buff, and I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting. Since we are working on the underpainting technique, I will just put everything underneath first. And this is a really nice product. It is not too thin, it's not too thick. And this particular color for me, it's not necessarily like a brightening concealer, but that's okay. That's my personal preference. I do have darker, a little hollowness under my eyes. So I like to use a color that's more correcting to help with that. I'm gonna grab from my brush set. This is the Shadow and Crease brush. And I'm actually gonna use this little fluffy part here. Oops. And I'm going to blend our corrector. I am really excited for when we get to our series on the eyes. We're going to get into a nice smoky eye. There's been the latte makeup trend, all of that happening on social, and the color tones, the color palettes are just perfect for and so wearable for sliding into fall. And of course, which goes with the manicures that we're going to be doing with the color palettes in our wardrobe. I hope you guys remember the before I added this color corrector. Tired moms, this is for you. This is for you, or anyone with darker on the eyes that tend to be a little on the purple, on the blue side. This Clé de Peau correcting concealer, of course, in your shade. It's just, I promise you guys. All right, let's get into foundation. We're obviously going over everything. And this is the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion, and my shade is B30. And to use this foundation, we did use this on the last week's show where we were working on perfecting your base. So that was all about the foundation. And these are the same products that we're using. Oh, here it is. And it comes with the cutest little brush. Now, this has all of the pigment suspended in a hydrating formula. So before it goes into your skin, you want to smoosh the pigments and mix everything together. And it's sort of like creating your own custom formula. Give a nice little smoosh. And then I'm going to just place what's on my finger on my skin. And I am going to take the other side of my cream brush, and we're now going to just tap and smooth our foundation in. This is one of my favorite formulas for hydrating. And for me, in the fall, when things get cooler, I tend to get a little more dehydrated. So having a hydrating formula in my base always looks really, really nice. I don't know if you've ever felt like, okay, in the fall, in the winter, when you do your base, it sort of just looks, dry, honestly. And then I'm like, what is the word I'm searching for? And the word is literally dry. It's just dry. It's not, looking as healthy. And of course, we don't necessarily want to be using, tons of highlighter, all of the fun, shimmery stuff that we, tend to grab and reach for in the summer, because they do look a little harsher in the cooler light of the summer. So really, this will be the time to use your hydrating foundations, like whatever is described as illuminating, dewy, like the water fresh tint, all of that stuff. This is their time to shine. So if you've ever used a foundation in the summer and you felt, wow, okay, I got super greasy wearing this today, let me not wear it. Once it's the right size, shade, not size, once it's the right shade, put it aside, because now is her time. Now is the time to use the dewy and the glowy and not be excess shiny and oily. I'm I'm taking the little Chanel brush just to go around my nose, a little touch, and a little touch more under the eyes. Okay, and now you can see we still have some bronze coming through, but did she just come from vacation, or did she just have a really nice dinner and a really nice glass of wine and just feeling healthy and glowy? So let's continue topping off our look. Let me just wipe this because we are going to get into some blush, which pairs so well with the bronzer. This is the Water Fresh blush, and I have shade Warm Pink. This is a nice and neutral pink that leans a little bit on how would I do, like the berry side. And that's why I like this for our fall color palette. Again, you smoosh the pigments, get a nice little mix together. And I am going to take, actually, I'm going to take the same brush because multi-purpose. If you want, just wipe a little excess foundation off. And I'm going to go in and tap this onto the apples of my cheek. So this color is almost, of course, depending on your complexion, is almost a touch of a bronzer itself, but it's a more neutral base. It doesn't have an orangey tone. And again, layering that bronzer underneath the foundation knocks back some of that orange that can sit on the skin, not necessarily in a bad way. Again, it's great in the summer, but you want to take things back just a little bit for the fall. And just blend right here. I'm going to do a little touch more because I love blush. And my toxic trait is to always do a little touch more. A little touch more of blush. I try my best to not do it, especially, you know, for you guys and stuff, but I'm always like, we could do a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And this is such a forgiving color too. Like you can't look bad. You can't look bad with it, you know, and I think it will look really nice on a variety of skin tones. If you are on the deeper end, there is a deeper shade. I forget the name of it, but it is the same neutral color palette, but it has more intensity, which will be better for your complexion. I wonder if I could pull that up super quickly to get that color for you guys. But linked, if you do just click on the warm pink that's linked, you will see the available color options, and it will be that last deep. I almost want to say it's either, it might be deep bronze, but this shade warm pink, even on deeper skin tone, will act as a luminizing highlight to the skin, which will still be beautiful. And because of the formula, it will give glow without seeming like a super sparkly, glittery finish, which got you, I'm sure you guys have guessed it by now. My favorite thing for fall beauty is that lit from within look. And next little secret trick I like to do, same blush. I'm just gonna wipe this over my eyes. And this is one of our favorite things to do as makeup artists because it just pulls all of the colors together and it just pulls all of your features into focus without having one jump out at the other too much. Of course, that is something you may want, but maybe not. I am loving what this looks like so far, you guys. Let's do a little touch of powder. This is the Chanel Loose Powder. Let me tell you guys my shade. Shade 30. So this is a matte loose powder, and I am just going to do a touch right here and a little bit on my nose. This foundation also sets really well, so you don't really need that much powder. The concealer also sets really well too, but I'm going to put a little touch of powder. Oh, and this was the powder complexion brush from our kit. Literally, this little kit has every single brush that you could need to do a makeup application. I recently did some content on makeup brushes that you need to do different makeup techniques, and when I saw this set I was like, okay, no, wait, this actually has everything. And as a makeup artist, I rarely buy sets because I need to get my individuals, put them together to have what I need. And I was like, okay, no. This literally has everything. This is the Conceal and Define brush. And this little part is really great to get in between here. But because the particular concealer that I'm using already has the same brush on it, I didn't have to use it. So I'm going to use this side to just do a touch of powder. And this powder is so finely milled. It is really nice for setting under the eyes without it being super cakey. I'm going to do a little around the nose too, and a nice eyelines, without it looking super cakey. And it comes with a nice little puff if you need it. The last little thing that I'm going to do is add just a touch more glow. This is the Laura Mercier that I just dropped, you guys. Oh no. And she's so delicate, but guess what? She survived. She survived. Welcome to live TV. She's here. She's okay. She's okay. Let's take a moment. Okay, she's okay. Not the highlighter. All right, so shade Indiscretion. And the reason why I like this highlighter from Laura Mercier is that it is so, so finely milled. It's not chunky glitter. So you can just use a little touch of it. I'm trying to decide which brush I want to use. You can just use a little touch of it to add some glow, but it's not like, oh, I'm wearing highlighter. And again, this is perfect for this type of makeup. I'm holding it so tightly. I am taking the other end of the powder complexion brush, and can you see how white my knuckles are from gripping? Okay, and I'm just tapping into it, and just a little touch on the high points, which gives us extra dimension. And usually in the summer, I'm like, I'm gonna put it here, I'm gonna put it on my nose, above my lips, all of that fun stuff. But for the fall, I do like to keep it here, just in this area. So when I'm speaking, when I'm turning, it's there. It's not boom in your face, but it gives you a little je ne sais quoi. All right. And And that is it, guys. That is our bronzer for fall makeup. Now, do you have any questions for me? Any comments? Go ahead and leave that in the comment section. And while you do that, I'm going to share, as promised, what we have for our giveaway for the entire 6 series fall beauty show here. So we have, first thing, this amazing leather makeup tray case from Neely and Chloe. And this holds so much. So this is included in your giveaway, along with the Chanel primer, along with the makeup brush set, you guys. Yes, the makeup brush set and the little travel case that it comes with. And the best part is, that's not all. That's not all. There's going to be more added. We've got some Tom Ford incoming. Okay, we've got more luxury on luxury incoming. So to enter into winning this amazing giveaway bundle valued at about $450-ish, make a purchase from tonight's show or from the previous shows or from the future shows and spend $75 or more, and you will receive one entry into the giveaway, which we will announce the winner of on show 6. So on next week's show, at the same time, same place, Thursday night at 8 p.m., we will be getting into smoky eye action, and that eyeshadow palette will be included into the giveaway bundle. So if you're the type that's like, well, let me wait and see, that's okay. I understand. Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I'm like that. So join me next week. You can see what more we're adding into this case. You're getting the new stuff because I'm not giving you my stuff. Okay, these are mine. You're gonna get your own. Okay, you're getting your own. These are mine. You pry these out of my gold hands. So you will be getting your own. So next week, we will be adding more into it. Each show, we're adding more into the bundle until we do the final giveaway. Obviously, on the last show, we're going to be doing a full get ready with me from step 1 all the way down. So it's going to be a really good time, and I'm looking forward to it. You can catch all of the replays of previous segments and tonight's segment on my landing page. And I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that it was helpful, and I will see you next week. Bye.